Hey guys, my name is Eliana Jalali, and if you are new to my channel, then welcome, but if not, welcome back. So today's video is going to be all about products that I am still loving. I know a lot of the time people do hauls or first impressions and then you never really hear about those products again. So I kind of want to put some attention back onto some products that had a lot of buzz and let you know if I'm still enjoying them. So the first product that I want to talk about is this Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Now this product got a lot of buzz when people found out that Kim Kardashian's makeup artist was using it on her to give her a nice and luminous glow. People were saying that it is the most luminous product on the market to give you a nice and dewy look to your skin. So I went ahead and picked it up during a sale that Sephora was having, so I got a little bit of money off on this because it is very expensive. And I kind of lied to myself when I first got it and talked myself into thinking that I liked it because it was so expensive and because people were obsessing over it. But after a couple of uses, I decided that I'm not really that impressed by it. Yeah, it does give a dewy look to your skin, but I don't think that it's anything extraordinary or worth the money. Also, if you guys are sensitive to scents, which you know that I am, this has a very peppery scent to it, which it doesn't bother me because it's not that overpowering and I happen to kind of like the scent. But if you are sensitive to scents, then you might not like this. I think that there are a lot of other products on the market that will give your skin a very beautiful dewy look to it. I don't even think necessarily that you have to use a spray to achieve that look. You can also use a radiant primer. But my point is, wait, what is my point? That all being said, my point is this is a good product, but I don't think that it's anything out of the ordinary, that it is worth the price point and the obsession. Moving on to the next product, this is the Nars Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and I just did a first impressions on this. I wore this foundation over 3 days and I used it 3 different ways. Primed, with a powder, and on its own, and I was completely and totally blown away by this product when I did that video, and I still am totally and completely obsessed with this foundation to this day. So I just wanted to let you know that all my love for this foundation is still there. I am actually going to be going on vacation soon and I am going to be bringing this with me. I absolutely love that it has SPF in it because it'll be great for the summer months. And what's cool about this foundation is it still covers everything without being too heavy on the skin. You can go pretty light-handed with it, and since it is so pigmented, a little bit goes a long way. So you're not wearing like such a heavy layer of foundation to your skin, but everything that you want to be covered is covered. So I absolutely still love this foundation. Next up, I want to talk about a product by Makeup Forever. So when these first came out, these are the Pro Sculpting Duos. It came out in 2 shades, shade number 1 and shade number 2. Shade number 1, which is the one that I had, has more of a pinky highlight in the duo, and shade number 2 had more of the golden one. And everyone was obsessed with that highlighter because it reminded them of all these limited edition shades of gold highlighters that are no longer on the market. But I was obsessed with this one because me personally, I like more of a pinky undertone highlight, not so much of a gold one. I like a gold one in the summer, but I like a pink one for the rest of the year. A lot of people also, funnily enough, said that they didn't like this bronzer when this duo first came out. They said that they loved the highlighter, but the bronzer was kind of like eh. But then Makeup Forever went ahead and released this same formula of bronzer in a bunch of different colors, and then all of a sudden people were obsessing over it. I personally own 2 of those bronzers and I still love them. I love this one as well. I still love this duo. I'm going to be taking this with me on vacation as well, just because I think it's great that it has my bronzer in it and a highlighter. So I think this is great for traveling and I'm still loving it, still obsessing over it. The next thing I want to talk about is a palette. So when Tarte first released this palette, everyone was going absolutely crazy over it because it had all matte shades. They were super creamy, super blendable, super pigmented, and I also obsessed with this a ton. I use it all the time. To this day, I'm still loving it. I think that this is a great palette. If you are looking for an all matte palette, I prefer this one to the Stila Eyes Are the Window in Mind. That's also an all matte palette, but I feel like those shadows are a little bit hard to blend over top each other, whereas these ones are super creamy and they really do an amazing job all together with other eyeshadows on their own. I just think that this palette is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend it, and I recommend this over the new Tarte Lit in Bloom, which is the new one. I heard mixed reviews about that. I swatched it in store, wasn't too impressed, but I'm still completely obsessed with this one. Next up, I want to talk about a liquid lipstick. Now this one is by Dose of Colors and it is the oh so popular Stone. And I absolutely love the color of this liquid lipstick, but I am just not such a huge fan of the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick formula. Let me tell you why. So I find that this formula takes a very long time to dry down on the lips, and for me it has never fully dried. I've even tried the whole using a piece of like tissue paper and dabbing on some loose powder on top. I've tried to dab off the excess with a tissue. I've tried it with a lip balm, without a lip balm. I've tried it a bunch of different ways, but it has never completely dried down for me. It still kind of leaves that tacky, sticky feeling to the lips, which I don't like. I do find, however, that it does have a pretty long staying power. It doesn't come off too much when I eat or anything, but I just find that because it doesn't fully dry down, I can still feel it on my lips throughout the whole day, which kind of bugs me, but I'm obsessed with the color, so I'm a little bit conflicted. So I just thought that I would give you a little update on that. Now that being said, I do want to shout out two liquid lipstick formulas that I do absolutely love. I have super dry lips all the time. No matter how much lip balm I use, they are just still always dry. So liquid lipsticks are a little bit nitpicky for me, but these two are amazing and they just are so like hydrating yet long lasting, and they dry down so well and you don't feel them. The formulas that I'm talking about are by Ofra and by Jouer. So these two are a little bit different in consistency. I want to say that the Ofra ones are a lot thicker and moussier and the Jouer ones are a little bit more liquidy, but they are both so comfortable, so long wearing, so hydrating, and they are just my two favorite formulas of liquid lipsticks. They're both extremely pigmented. They are both decently inexpensive. I think that the Jouer ones are actually a bit cheaper than the Ofra ones. But if you find that liquid lipsticks are kind of uncomfortable on your lips and you want something that's going to be moisturizing without being drying, then I definitely recommend giving these two formulas a try because they are the best ones that I have found personally. Next up, I wanted to shout out the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip glosses. These were super popular when they first launched and everyone was going crazy over the kind of new trend of having lipstick but glossy, which is pretty much what this is because it is a super pigmented gloss. It's just kind of a glossy lipstick basically. And I am still really liking these. I just find that because they are so pigmented and kind of a thicker texture, some colors look a little bit weird on me because they are just like a very heavy gloss on the lips. A lot of the paler shades and the Barbie pink shades don't look good on me. They're just too much of a statement. My two favorite colors are Undressed and Vintage. They just look the best, I think, personally on me. I know that people don't talk about them too much anymore, but they are still a great gloss. But you guys know that my favorite gloss formula of all time are the Marc Jacobs ones because they are just that original glossy lip gloss while still having some pigment to the lips, but they're not so over the top where they're more of a glossy lipstick. They're a very glossy lip gloss. I also wanted to give you guys an update on these Revlon Ultra HD matte lip colors. I did a review, first impressions on these as well. I thought they were going to be a drugstore liquid lipstick, but they're not. They're just more of a matte looking lip color. They also kind of give a stain to the lips as well. I got rid of the other shades that I got and I kept the nude one. I like this because it looks pretty natural on the lips, but I definitely wouldn't call it a liquid lipstick or a matte lip color. I like to use this lipstick on more natural days where I'm looking for a little bit of color on my lips, but nothing too satin sheen looking and nothing too matte. This is the perfect in-between lipstick formula, so I like it. I don't like the other shades. They are way too patchy for me. The nude one is great. It just looks very natural on the lips. So the last product that I want to talk about is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. When I first got this foundation, I absolutely loved it. I really liked how it looked on the skin, but then when I started to kind of look at my skin a little bit closer up in the mirror, I noticed that the foundation oxidized really weird with my skin personally. For some reason, every single shade that I have tried has pulled a lot of pink and red tones from my skin. This is in the shade 5.5, and I know that the shades of the Armani foundations are a bit weird depending on the decimal. It has a different undertone or something like that. And one of the sales associates recommended for me to try this shade 6. And I did try it. I liked it. I liked the undertone. It was a little bit more olive, but it was too dark for me. I still needed something a bit lighter, but with that olive undertone. So I've had a very hard time finding a shade that works for me in this foundation, but I do like the formula. So I haven't been wearing it that much. I still have a whole hefty amount of the bottle left, and I don't really know what to do with it since it is such a wrong color for me. But yeah, I just thought that I would give you an update on this foundation. I find the shade range to just be totally weird. So those are all the products that I could think of off the top of my head that I wanted to give you guys an update on. If you have any suggestions for products that you have seen on my channel and you want to know an update on it, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to make this kind of a series. Maybe instead of monthly favorites, I do kind of an update product video every couple of months to let you know updates on products that I brought to your attention on my channel. So that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed the concept of this new series, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more videos from me. Other than that, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.